Welcome to Primordial Path. My name is Casey and I'm your guide on this podcast, which is dedicated to exploring ancient meditation and healing practices. We'll examine them through an accessible modern lens and discover how they can profoundly impact your life, your body, your mind, your soul, your energy. So stay tuned. Here we go. Welcome back. We've been talking about Patanjali's 8 limbs of yoga, and this week we're up to limb number 3, asanas. Now, you've probably already heard this word before. Asanas are the poses that are done in yoga. Asana literally translates to posture, seat, or pose. These are the physical shapes that we make with our bodies. So, from a meditation perspective, we want to consider asanas that are appropriate for meditating. Now, these don't have to be just the run-of-the-mill seated poses. You can meditate in all sorts of ways. However, any pose that is even slightly uncomfortable will prevent any serious progress in meditation, because your mind will be so preoccupied with the discomfort that you won't actually be able to focus on anything else. Meditation poses, such as the following ones, that I'll mention in a moment, are the ideal ones recommended for meditation, at least from an authentic ancient perspective. These are the ones that you should be able to be still and steady for extended periods of time. The spine should be straight, without strain, and the pose should be held without conscious effort. We avoid Shavasana, for example, as we tend to drift off to sleep, because let's be honest, this is the pose that we sleep in. For meditation, we need to remain awake and alert. Okay, so here are some of the basic poses. Sukasana, or easy seated pose. Think of this as a basic cross-legged pose, just like you would have done at school at some point. Ardha Padmasana, half lotus pose, or lotus pose with one foot tucked into the thigh or hip fold. Padmasana, lotus pose. Both feet are tucked into the opposite thigh or hip fold. Siddhasana, or accomplished pose for men. This is kind of like Sukasana, but the legs are stacked, not crossed, and the heel of the bottom foot presses into the perineum. Siddha Yoni Asana, or accomplished pose for women. Now this is similar to Siddhasana, except the heel of the bottom foot presses into, you guessed it, the yoni. Swastikasana, or auspicious pose. This is essentially the same as the above two, however there's no contact between the heels and the pubis. These are the main ones that you will think of when you think of meditating. Of course there are many, many more. One of my personal favourites is Viparita Karani Asana. It's a mouthful, I know, but this is essentially lying on your back with your legs up the wall. This particular pose is useful in chakra meditations, which we'll get to in future episodes. Although you have to be vigilant not to fall asleep in this one. So aside from the meditation poses, other asanas are known as therapeutic poses. These, when used regularly, allow the person to be better at meditation. Let me explain. If you're regularly performing the therapeutic asanas, you'll find that the body begins to loosen up. The muscles and the nervous system become more toned, and these asanas can remove and prevent diseases in the body. They can introduce states of tranquility and give us more energy and less emotional depression. We must consider the body and mind as one. They're not separate. The gross form of the mind is the body, and the subtle form of the body is the mind. So practicing asana integrates and harmonizes the two. If you can consider that every mental or emotional strain has a corresponding physical placement and vice versa, the overall aim of asana practice is the release of the strains and tensions in the physical body to free us from the tension and strain in the mental. Think of this as somatic release. Regular practice of asana maintains the physical body in such great condition and can even improve the most unhealthy of bodies. With this practice, the dormant energy potential is released and can begin to be seen in all aspects of your life.